Number 8 says a farmer harvested 14,000 pounds of almonds from an 8-acre orchard. Which proportion could be solved to find X, the expected harvest from a 30-acre orchard? So we don't actually have to solve for X, we just have to set it up. So one valid way to set up a proportion like this, we could say that 14,000 pounds of almonds would be, I'm going to write the actual terms here to help us see how these things are actually set up. So this would be 14,000 pounds to 8 acres is equivalent to, we've got this 30-acre orchard, so that would go on the bottom over here. And then X is what we're trying to solve for, so X pounds. If I look at my answer choices, it looks like the smaller numbers, the acre numbers, this would be 30 acres, there we go. The acre numbers are on the top instead of the bottom, which is okay. I can flip-flop both of these fractions as long as I'm comparing pounds to pounds and acres to acres, or as long as I have pounds to acres or acres to pounds on the top and the bottom, and then it's the same way over here. That's totally fine. So another valid way to write this would be 8 acres on the top to 14,000 pounds on the bottom would equal 30 acres on the top and X pounds on the bottom. So that's another valid way to write it. There's a couple other valid ways to write it too. You could compare acres to acres and make that equivalent to pounds to pounds. So I could compare 8 acres to 30 acres. That would have to equal, well, the 14,000 acres went with the 8 acres, or 14,000 pounds went with the 8 acres. So that would have to go on the top over here. These two would have to go together. And then what you're looking for, X pounds, that matches up with the 30 acres. So that would go together. And just like these two versions, you could flip-flop the place of those two things as well. So these are the 4 valid ways to write the proportion, or to write a proportion, to get an equation that would allow you to solve for X correctly. Now, we're not actually solving for X here. We should expect that X would be significantly higher than 14,000 pounds because 30 acres is a lot more than 8 acres. Let me finish this thought up here though, a second. There we go. So any one of these 4 are valid ways to set it up. Which one do I actually see over here? It looks like I have 8 to 14,000 is 30 to X. That appears to be this one right here. So choice B for number 8.